Assalamualaikum. Today we'll be interviewing Dr. Sharin Hazlin from the Faculty of Computer Science, also known as School of Computing, about the needs of the school on security and privacy. Doctor, before we start this interview, can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Okay, I'm Sharin. I'm a lecturer in the Faculty of Engineering, School of Computing. My areas is more on information retrieval, and I've been teaching for about 10 years in UTM.
Alright, in those 10 years that you taught in UTM, can you say how much the computer has helped you in doing your work?
Computer system has improved a lot since last time. As we can see here now, most of the information are able in computers. Students are able to register using system compared to last time, still manual registration. And then how we share information with students also is much easier now because we have e-learning, and also information about the students we can also get through the most of the services, especially UTM Smart. So I can say that the system now have improved a lot since the past 10 years.
Considering that the system has improved a lot during the past 10 years, what if the system has been attacked by virus or malware or something like that? Would it affect UTM operations?
Yes, actually, I think it had happened once where all the system had to be shut down because there was an attack to the UTM server. And I think for one of the lessons learned that we got at that time was how important it is to make sure that the information that we have are secured, and also backups. Backups is also very important because once that happened, we wouldn't know what would happen to our data, and also it would prevent 100% loss of the information that we have.
So from those lessons learned, did you also took steps to install an antivirus inside your computer?
Yes, we also, and also to remind myself not to open any suspicious email, not only emails but also on the messages, even in WhatsApp messages, and also again, as I mentioned, for the purpose of security, also backups is very, very important.
About the WhatsApp scams and emails such as that, have you ever been scammed by a person claiming to be someone else on the internet?
I've received a lot of messages and also phone calls. Okay, but I think alhamdulillah, luckily for me, I've been exposed to all these scams. So in a way, I've took the action of not accepting any calls, especially from numbers that I don't know, and also for the messages. Right after I received it, I just deleted the message. I wouldn't even open it. Same things with email, even though it claimed that it comes from banks. But once I received the email, I didn't click on any links. So and then if there's any doubt or any suspicious thing, I just directly call the bank.
So, do you also use any form of authentication when using your personal devices like a computer or phone?
Yes, I think that is also something that is very important, even for phones. Even for my phone, iPhone provide fingerprint authentication. Okay, but I tried my best to set only few things that allowed fingerprint authentication.
So using those kind of authentication techniques, do you think that some improvements that you can make to further improve the user experience?
Yes. However, even though I think it's good to have a good user experience, and also to simplify most of the things, but I think some old methods or some manual things should also come in handy in certain areas or in certain ways to prevent ourselves from being scammed or from being cheated. Okay, as I mentioned, it's good to have thumbprint identification, but then at the same time, we might not allow everything to be recognized by our fingerprint. Okay, so those are the things that we need to consider. There's pros and cons, but at the same time, as the user itself, we need to be cautious on how we can do that. So there are things that we need to also have certain levels of authentication or certain levels of security. So I think that's the most important thing.
Alright, I think we had all we need now. Thank you for your time, Doctor.
Okay, thank you so much.
Assalamualaikum. Today we'll be interviewing Dr. Hazina from
Computer
Science Department.
Uh-huh.
Can you tell us a bit about yourself and how long have you been working here?
I've been working here for 20 odd years, and I'm teaching network and security subjects. So I think that's about enough for this.
So in those 20 years or so, have you ever seen a student blatantly plagiarize his work?
Of course. Assignments, exams, projects, thesis.
Even as important as a thesis?
Yep.
So usually how do you detect those people who plagiarize their work?
And it's easy enough to Google that and find out where you got it from. Of course, then we have like software like Turnitin. Turnitin find out what you submitted and find the similar things on other papers all around the world.
She just wants to be beautiful. She goes unnoticed. She knows no limits. She craves attention. She praises an image she prays to be sculpted by the sculptor. Oh, she don't see the light that's shining deeper than the eyes can find it. Maybe we're made of blind, so she tries to cover up her pain and cut her woes away. 'Cause cover girls don't cry after the face is made. But there's a hope that's waiting for you in the dark. You should know you're beautiful just the way you are. And you don't have to change a thing, the world could change its heart. No scars, see you're beautiful. The stars and we're beautiful. And you don't have to change a thing, the world could change its heart. No scars, see you're beautiful. The stars and we're beautiful. She has dreams to be an envy, so she's starving. You know, cover girls eat nothing. She says beauty is pain and there's beauty in everything. What's a little bit of hunger? I can go a little while longer. She fades away. She don't see her perfect. She don't understand she's worth it. All that beauty goes deeper than the surface. Oh, oh. So to all the girls that's hurting, let me be your mirror. Help you see a